There he is, the winner, Deontay Wilder. What a fight it was. Wilder against Chisora. Not the most technical spectacle in the world, but it was brilliant. I loved every minute. Thought I got to cover this one. I thought at the beginning of the fight, I thought it's going to be Wilder. It's going to be Wilder all day long. He's going to get him out of there in the first couple of rounds. Chisora's going to, he's going to be there. He's going to be strong. He's going to be game, but he's going to have lights out in no time. How wrong was I? This went the distance, and what a fight. It was a really close fight, actually, and either of the two fighters could have got each other out at either time. So let's get stuck into the video, but before we do me a big favor and hit the subscribe button just there, especially if you're a returning viewer. It means you like what I'm doing and you don't hit subscribe. Just hit subscribe and it will really help me out, and you'll get to see the videos first. Even though I am in the car studio today, the gym is out of action. Anyway, let's get into it. So the first few rounds were as expected, actually, apart from the knockout that I was anticipating. But it was a bit to and fro, it was a bit clinchy, a bit untidy. And then all of a sudden, this happened. Chisora catching Wilder there with an overhand right. Wilder gives a nice smile, a cheeky smile. So he gets caught with the overhand right, and it's like it sets him alive. And all of a sudden, he goes from missing a lot to connecting with that hammer of a right hand, and he connects again and again, and you can clearly see he hurt Chisora because Chisora starts backing off, but Chisora's nails, he hangs in the fight. And then from round 8 for me is when the fight really started. This fight was screaming out for someone, Wilder for example, just to start sticking that jab. Every time Wilder hit a jab just like this, every time he hit a jab here, look what it did. It stings Chisora, right? It stings him. And I think he would have won the fight so much easier had he have done that. And he wasn't doing it enough. But to be honest with you, I'm actually quite glad he didn't, because this fight would have ended up like so many other fights. Really boring spectacle. It would have been so much better from a boxing point of view, but it wouldn't have been the war it is. Deontay Wilder, I think, would have just chiseled him down with that jab and eventually hit him with a big right hand. He was catching him with some uppercuts. I don't know why he didn't throw that more, because uppercuts always look nice when they connect nicely. So let's just have a little look at some more of the action after the 8th round. Here we got Chisora ducking and diving, and he drops a big overhand right, kind of just skims him really, and then the big left, he caught that shot there. And then that's when he looked the best, Chisora, when he was going body, head. Fair play to Wilder, he blocked that one. But that was some of the exchanges you were seeing in the fight. And this is, every time this happened, it was getting really excited because Chisora were doing it. It was like it would fucking wake Wilder up and he'd be straight back in there. We've got another interaction here in round 10, and Chisora's trying to jab. He tried to work the body a lot, and then there it was. That was a neat uppercut, and that's what I wanted more out of Wilder, man. That was a neat little uppercut. Didn't quite catch him, caught him in the top of the head, and Chisora's fucking nails, so he's not going to go down with that one. But it was a nice shot, and I wanted to see a little bit more of it, to be honest. And like I said, I think if Wilder had jabbed more, thrown that uppercut more, we'd have seen him win this fight way easier than he did. More action here. Chisora stalking him. Whew, that was a big overhand right, but fair play to Wilder. He did catch him with a jab there first, but he just wasn't doing that enough. And maybe that's why, maybe the danger of that overhand right, that massive overhand right. Now, in case if anyone's wondering why Wilder's taking these punches, well, I'm not taking it away from him, but a lot of these punches from Chisora aren't exactly catching them flush. It's not right on his chin. He's able to skim a lot of the top of his head, so Wilder's able to either just move enough or duck enough so it doesn't quite catch him flush. And also, I don't know if you guys noticed, Chisora's a big, strong guy, but he's only throwing his arm in a lot of these throws, and he's not getting his body behind them. And I think to myself, if he got his entire body behind that, I think it might have been lights out. But because he's just swinging his arm, he's not adopting the proper technique of a hook when you throw your whole body into it. It's a nice looking punch, and it flipping hurts, I have no doubt. And fair play to Wilder, he's nails. But I think that's one of the reasons why it isn't lights out on Wilder, because he's only throwing his arm and it's not catching him completely flush. But let's have a little look at a little bit more here. See, there you go. Left, right, jab. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That looked good, man. And he stung Chisora there. He stung him. He stopped him. He stopped Chisora from coming forward because he had to. He forced the respect out of him because he caught him with 2 straight hard shots. And I just wonder why he wasn't doing that more and more. Again, part of me is glad he didn't, but that still looked good. I would have enjoyed a boxing match like that as well, but I'm happy it was a war. Happy it was a war, but that was some slick stuff for Wilder, and he's got it in him. I don't know why he doesn't do it more, because then he can lay those big hammer punches later on. But yeah, he didn't for some reason. So here's a little bit more. So Wilder comes in, Big swing and miss, that would have hurt. And then he just flurry, gets him through the post, and they gave this one as a 10 count. I'm not sure it was. I'm not quite sure that it was, but I can't quite see the other angle from this video. Copyright reasons, can't use other videos. But didn't look a 10 count to me, but anyway, got one. Chisora gets back up, and then he doesn't catch him properly there, right? I think that's a slip. He got a count for it, did Chisora, for this one, so he got a knockdown for it, I think. I'll have to double check that. Maybe I'll put it in the write-up later on, but that looked a slip to me. I thought that when I first watched it. I think it now. They counted, but I don't know whether the referee cancelled that count at the end. But yeah, definitely not a knockdown for me, that one. This one here was a little naughty because they have a little bit of exchange. It got really excited and the bell goes. Clearly the bell went, and then Chisora clocked him after the bell. There is no doubt he heard that bell. He thought, fuck it, have that, you fucker. It was nice. But flip it out. Wilder's nailed. He just looked at him and smiled. Fair play. Boy, these boys went toe-to-toe to the end, man. It was a fucking great fight. Here's Chisora going at Wilder, hitting the body, going low, going high. That's where he was most effective. And then at the end, just here, you see Wilder. And just fucking look at that jab. When he sticks that fucking jab on Chisora, it stings him. It holds him tight. He didn't use it enough. But ultimately, it didn't fucking matter for Wilder. He ends up winning the fight, rightly so. It was a heck of a scrap. Both these boys are fucking nails. Yes, okay, not the most skilled fighters in the world. But I look at both these guys and I think, they're the last two you'd want to fight in a street fight, weren't you? I mean, there's loads of great boxers out there, but Wilder's got that right-handed club, right? And he puts his fucking arm out there as if to like hold the person in place, and he just starts fucking clubbing them with the other hand. And I can imagine him in the street fight, just because he's so fucking big, just grabbing hold of some lad and just fucking nailing them. I think it would be super effective. And I think Chisora's just a fucking animal. That's the last person you'd want to tangle with outside of the ring, inside or outside of the ring, but certainly outside of the ring where there's no rules. I think Chisora would be a real problem. But great fight, really enjoyed it. I think the right person won it. I think if anyone was cleaner, Wilder had cleaner moments. He was the better fighter, and I think he was probably closer to knocking out Chisora than Chisora was knocking him out. But what do I know? I'm going to cover one of the Moses Ituma fights. He is fucking brilliant. I'm going to cover a little bit of that on another day. But am I on the money? Did the right man win tonight? Was it as entertaining a fight as I thought it was? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, please do me a favor and give it a like, and don't forget to hit subscribe.